The Eagles have re-signed maybe the best offensive line coach in the entire National Football League, despite having interest for an offensive coordinator job. Jason Kelce, he didn't say he's going to retire after the season, but will he if Philadelphia wins the Super Bowl? And somebody placed a massive bet on the Eagles to win. Was it myself? Was it somebody else? I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here. Welcome to the Thomas Mott Show on a Sunday. There were some big things that happened this weekend for Philadelphia. I don't normally do shows on Sunday unless it's a post-game show, but I decided this was too big to go ahead and let it just kind of fade away into the distance. Let's get into what happened with Philadelphia, starting with really the news of the weekend, and that is Jeff Stoutland agreeing to a contract extension. Bleeding Green Nation has the full write-up. We'll break it down. Quote, Philadelphia Eagles and run game coordinator / offensive line coach Jeff Stoutland agreed in principle to a contract extension. According to a report from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. Stoutland, 60, was said to have drawn interest from multiple teams for offensive coordinator positions this NFL hiring cycle. Perhaps former Eagles offensive coordinator and new Carolina Panthers head coach Frank Reich was among those trying to recruit him. The Eagles must be overjoyed to retain Stoutland's services. He's done an excellent job with Philadelphia's offensive line since originally joining the team in 2013. The Eagles have consistently had some of the league's best blocking units under his tutelage, end quote. They go on, but I basically need to break this down for you in very simple terms. This might be one of the biggest off-season moves the Eagles will make this entire off-season. You're saying, Thomas, it's not the off-season. We still have, exactly a week until Super Bowl 57. I know, but this is really an off-season move. This is a contract extension for a coordinator that could have taken place after the Super Bowl, but Philadelphia saw just how important Jeff Stoutland is. They know how important he is and wanted to get a deal done as quickly as possible. That way, Frank Reich or other brand new head coaches could not even take a chance at stealing him away to be an offensive coordinator. This says a lot of things about Philadelphia and Jeff Stoutland. One, it shows that Jeff Stoutland loves being in Philadelphia. He loves the guys. He loves the offensive linemen that he has really created and turned into the best offensive line tandem, really fivesome in the National Football League. And you can argue we're watching the best offensive line that has been in the National Football League in a very, very long time. The combination of the current starting five in Philadelphia with an All-Pro Hall of Famer at right tackle, an All-Pro Hall of Famer at center, really, really good guards, and then a possible, maybe All-Pro potential in the future at Jordan Mailata at left tackle is really due to the fact that, one, they're all great players, but two, Jeff Stoutland has created, again, one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League. This guy, I know that he doesn't get a lot of love. He doesn't obviously get a lot of flashiness. You don't see him a lot on the sideline in terms of national broadcast, but he really is the grinding force and the builder behind what makes Philadelphia really good this year, and that is the fact that you don't sack Jalen Hurts, and the running lanes that are created from the zone run blocking scheme that they do is unmatched. You can watch countless breakdowns. You can find them on YouTube. Brian Baldinger, NFL Network, that breaks down this offensive line and shows you just how dominant they are. They went up against arguably one of the best defensive lines in football last week, the number one defense as a whole, and they dominated them. They really did. And now we have good players. That's important. But the fact we have good players plus one of the best offensive line coaches in the league together create why Philadelphia is going to be playing 1 week from now in Super Bowl 57. The fact they extended him is really, really good news. You should be mashing the thumbs up button for that, even if you don't fully understand the importance of Jeff Stoutland. You should as an Eagle fan, but if you don't, really, you got to realize that this is a massive, massive signing for the Eagles. Okay, let's go over here to what might be another bit of massive news for an offensive line perspective from Philadelphia. That is Jason Kelce. He was asked in his final press conference before flying to Arizona today. They're actually on a plane, I think, right now, flying to Arizona. He was asked about retirement plans because he was supposed to retire at the end of last season. They convinced him, famously, Nick Sirianni sending a keg to Jason Kelce's house, and then, of course, the rest is history. He came back and had an all-pro year. He was asked again if he's going to retire, win or lose, based on the Super Bowl. Here's what he said, quote, Kelce was asked if the outcome of the Super Bowl, win or lose, will have an effect on his retirement plans. The veteran was quick to say, I don't think so, for elaborating on whether he'll know it's time to call it a career. He says this, quote, for everybody I've been told about, when you know it's time to retire or not, you just know when you know. And it's going to be when you don't want to play football anymore. And I don't think that winning this game is going to determine whether I want to continue to play football or not, end quote. He also went ahead and talked about, obviously, Jeff Stoutland with some other quotes here, but I really think this is hard to break down. I mean, is he retiring or not? He says, I don't think that winning this game is going to determine whether I want to continue to play football or not. Now, you could read that as, I've already decided that I'm gone. Win or lose, I'm gone. I'm going to leave going out in a Super Bowl. Or it says, hey, I've already decided that I'm coming back. Win or lose, I'm coming back regardless, because either he wins and goes out on top, or he loses and is hungry for more. It's hard to say. What do you guys think? I think he's going to come back. Now, Philadelphia does not need Jason Kelce to come back to be good. Don't freak out. They obviously would love to have Jason Kelce, best center in the league. But Cam Jurgens was drafted for a reason. Same thing went for Landon Dickerson a couple of years ago. He was drafted for a reason, and he turned out to be a Pro Bowler this year. Now, there's no guarantee Cam Jurgens will be a Pro Bowler or even close to as good as Jason Kelce. Probably not, because Kelce is one of one. But I want to emphasize, without doing any sort of disrespect to Jason Kelce, that if he does retire, Philadelphia will be okay. They might not be as good, especially first, full season of Cam Jurgens being the center with Jalen Hurts, but Cam Jurgens is supposed to be the hand-picked replacement for Jason Kelce, so whether he leaves or goes, Philadelphia will be okay. But let's be real. We all hope Jason Kelce comes back. Kelce, we would love to have you back, obviously, because you are truly the embodiment of Philadelphia, much like Brandon Graham on the other side of the football field, but you're also, again, the best player at your position in the entire National Football League, and that is saying something because there are some good centers in the league. Thumbs up for Stoutland, thumbs up for Kelce. The fact that they are both together, hopefully coming back for one more year would be really, really huge. All right, let's go ahead and finish with a fun story today. Again, this is because the Eagles are heading to Arizona today. They had their kind of send-off. It's not a press conference, it's like a send-off ceremony at Lincoln Financial Field earlier in Philadelphia. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty darn confident. Quickly, before I show you this article, I think Philadelphia's going to win. I've been telling people this week, 10 points. I really think that Philadelphia has a chance to go out there and do not what the Legion of Boom did at Peyton Manning all those years ago and blow out the Chiefs, but I do think it's going to be a defense wins championship sort of thing, and I think the Eagles' defense is going to be so darn good, especially getting to injured Patrick Mahomes, that they're going to really flex their muscles and show you just how good they've been all year long. But don't take my word for it. You have the first $1 million bet placed on Super Bowl 57, according to Pro Football Talk. You see it up on your screen here. This is via David Purdom of ESPN. The first reported seven-figure Super Bowl wager for next Sunday's Eagles-Chiefs game has been made. Someone has bet $1 million on the Eagles straight up with BetMGM. At negative 120 or 125 odds, the bet will pay, if Philly wins, $800,000. And if the Chiefs win, $1 million is gone forever, end quote. So one of you guys out there who has a lot of money or is bad with their money, place a $1 million bet on the Philadelphia Eagles to win that game, which is absolutely crazy. Now, I would feel good about that. I don't have $1 million to bet, but I would feel pretty darn good about that bet being placed for all the reasons that I just mentioned. I really think Philadelphia is going to look really, really good. I think if there is a concern, it's the middle of the football field and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, dinking and dunking their way down the field. But I just don't know if you can dink and dunk the entire game against this Eagle defense. I'm confident in the offense. Offense is going to be fine. It's the defense you got to worry about, but I think they're going to flex their muscles and dominate. Speaking of placing $1 million bet on the Eagles straight up, if you guys wanted me to get me to Arizona, I looked at tickets. They're really expensive. They're like $6,800 for nosebleeds. A little too much, a little too out of my price range. Went to the divisional round, went to the NFC title game. But if you, a loyal Eagle fan, I'm just going to throw it out there. Shameless plug here. If you have an extra ticket or you want to get me a ticket, you guys know how to reach me. Email me, you can DM me on Twitter. It'd be fun. I don't know. There's someone out there who, last minute, their buddy can't go. I'm here. I'd love to go with you. Just going to say that. I know. It's ridiculous. Okay. Plenty more stuff happening this week. It is Super Bowl week. I'm hoping for some really cool interviews. I'm hoping for some really great shows. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, and stay tuned for that. And we're going to see what happens, baby. I cannot believe we are 1 week away from the Super Bowl. Hopefully 1 week away from the second Super Bowl. And then I'll have to get a new flag because this is just one Lombardi trophy here. We're trying to get two in Philadelphia. I'm Thomas Mott. On a Sunday, this has been The Thomas Mott Show.